No, I would say you're an ambassador for Christ, his kingdom, and his word.
Reverend Johnny Moore said this gathering marks a defining moment.
So this is an army of pastors, 1,000 pastors, the largest group of pastors at one time that has ever come to Israel specifically for one purpose, to stand in solidarity with the Jewish state and the people of Israel.
He put it in historical perspective.
I believe every generation has a test. One generation had to face the test of the trains going to Auschwitz. Another generation of the Jews in the Soviet Union crying for help. Our generation is facing a resurgence of anti-Semitism in our schools, on our streets, in the mouth of our politicians, ubiquitous in media. There isn't a Jewish community in the United States of America that hasn't faced it. This is our moment. The question is whether we will rise to the occasion. And I can tell you from leaving this room a few minutes ago, we're going to rise to the occasion. We will not let this evil win this time.
Israeli leaders encouraged the pastors to be bold and express gratitude for their support.
Stand up and be counted. Tell the truth. Speak to young people. Speak up and be counted. I'm counting on you, and I know you'll do what has to be done. That's what our destiny calls for.
This is not just Israel's fight. This is a fight for civilization. We are facing very much a civilizational struggle like we saw in the 30s between Nazism and the free world. Today, that Nazism is Islamism in coordination with communism, which today's expression is called woke, but it's the same thing.
Behind the scenes, Shira Mills of the Friends of Zion Museum helped make the summit possible.
Never been done before. This is something very unique, very difficult, but here we are. From my point of view, it's miraculous.
The vision going forward, recruiting 10,000 more pastors in the next 36 months.
Because there's a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of young people that are not for Israel, and they're just getting the wrong information. So our whole idea here is to reach the youth of America and around the world and just show the truth.
One of the most moving moments came from Daniel Leshinsky, whose son Yaron was murdered, along with his fiancée, Sarah Milgram, in Washington, D.C. earlier this year.
Well, my message is to pay attention that anti-Semitism is a problem for all of us, not only for the Jewish people, not only for the Israelis, but also for the pastors in the U.S., for the church. Anti-Semitism, we know that it's a demon, it's a power, it's a spiritual power that is going first against the Jewish people and then against all the people of God.
One of the last events of the Ambassador Summit was here on the Mount of Olives, where more than 1,000 pastors came to overlook the city and pray for the peace of Jerusalem.
With 1,000 pastors gathered at such a critical moment for the nation of Israel, when anti-Semitism is rising in our nation and globally, this has been such a pivotal turning point. I believe we can turn the tide of anti-Semitism.
1,000 pastors and leaders that didn't even know each other. And he called and we heard the word of the Lord. And this is a season to see anti-Semitism defeated and to see God's glory come to his chosen people.